So this problem is 2x squared plus 39 equals negative 18x. So first thing, we gotta make sure it's in standard form. Standard form, remember, is ax squared plus bx plus c equals 0. This one doesn't equal 0 right now. It equals negative 18x. So we are gonna start by moving that. So to move a negative 18x, I have to add 18x. I've got to do it to both sides of my equation. If I look at my other side, I've got an x squared, and then I've got a constant. So there is no like terms with the x. So I'm just going to put it in there. I know the x in my standard form goes in the middle, so I'm going to squeeze it in the middle. So when I do this, I end up with 2x squared plus 18x plus 39 equals 0. Once I put it in standard form, I'm ready to look whether it's a quadratic formula or it is a solving by square root. Because this does have a b value, I've got to use the quadratic formula. So we need to name a, b, and c. So a is the number in front of x squared, so that's 2. B is the number in front of x, so that's 18. And c is the number in front of, c is the constant, so that's 39. So go ahead and pause your video and write down the quadratic formula. So for the quadratic formula, you should have gotten x equals the opposite of b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. So we are ready to substitute in. Remember, if you memorize the quadratic formula, you do get a bonus point on the assessment. So you should work on memorizing that quadratic formula. So b goes here and here, and c is going to go, oh, that c is hard to see. Let me change that color. And c just goes right here. So pause the video, sub in these numbers. So this is what I got when I subbed it in. I got x equals the opposite of 18 plus or minus the square root of 18 squared minus 4 times 2 times 39 all over 4 times 2. So I'm ready to start simplifying. So remember, I like to simplify in 3 places, there, there, and there. So I know my general setup is going to be some number plus or minus the square root of some number over some number. So let's start doing that. So I've got the opposite of 18 first. So the opposite of 18 is negative 18. Now I need to plug in this whole thing into my calculator. So pause your video and plug it in. I got 12 when I plugged it in. Hopefully you got the same thing. And then I've got to do 2 times 4, or I'm sorry, 2 times 2, which is 4. Okay. Now we are ready to simplify the square root. Okay, so square root of 12, I'm going to take off to the side and I'm going to simplify. First of all, square root of 12 is between square root of 16, which is equal to plus or minus 4, and square root of 9, which is equal to plus or minus 3. So I know it fits in there. So first number I'm going to try is 9. So I'm going to do 12 divided by 9. And when I do that, I get a decimal, so I know it doesn't go in evenly. So I need to try the next smallest number. So next smallest number is square root of 4, which is equal to plus or minus 2. So I'm going to try to do 12 divided by 4. And that's a whole number, that's 3. So since square root of 12 fits, since 4 fits into the square root of 12 evenly, we are going to go ahead and rewrite square root of 12 as square root of 4. And that's times square root of 3, because 4 times 3 equals 12. Square root of 4 we know is plus or minus 2, so I'm going to replace square root of 4 with plus or minus 2. And square root of 3 doesn't have one, so I'm just going to write square root of 3. So now I'm ready to sub that in for square root of 12. So I keep the x equals negative 18. I still have the plus or minus, and actually I've got the plus or minus twice, and I don't need to write it twice. And then I've got 2 square root of 3, and it's still over 4. Now if you look at this one has a radical, and this one doesn't. That means they're not like terms and I can't combine them. So the only thing I could do to finish this problem is to take out a number from all of the whole numbers. So I could divide out a GCF from -18, from 2, and 4. Is one that exists. So -18, 2, and 4. I could take a 2 out of all of those. So I'm going to go ahead and divide them all 3 by 2. So -18 divided by 2. I didn't use that. So -18 divided by 2, 2 divided by 2, and 4 divided by 2. So I end up with -9 plus or minus 1 square root of 3 over 2. And that is my final answer. That's actually two answers. It's -9 plus 1 square root of 3 over 2, and it's -9 minus 1 square root of 3 over 2.